Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the lives of believers, the presence of angels is a fundamental aspect of the Islamic faith. These invisible creatures, created by Allah, have a profound and essential role. In Islam, angels are not only messengers carrying divine revelations, but also protectors, guides, and witnesses to our actions. They surround us constantly, accompanying us throughout our lives, watching over us with mercy and wisdom. The Quran teaches us that angels are close to believers and that their mission is to carry out the orders of Allah, whether it is to transmit messages or to protect us against negative influences. In Surah 40 verse 7, Allah describes the angels as those who carry the throne of Allah, and those around it glorify their Lord. This verse illustrates their constant worship and essential role in the universe. Angels are also witnesses to our faith and our actions. They help us maintain our connection with Allah, guiding our hearts to the truth. Before starting this video, I invite you to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell to stay informed of our next publications on the Islamic faith. Thank you and good video. In this video, we go there, explore 6 subtle but powerful signs that angels are visiting you, bringing you serenity, guidance, and divine protection. So stay with me till the end to find out. If you have any questions or comments along the way, feel free to leave them down below. I really appreciate your feedback. Let's go. Sign 1. A feeling of inner calm and peace. One of the most powerful signs that angels are visiting you is a deep feeling of inner calm and peace, especially when you find yourself in a situation of stress, confusion, or difficulty. This serenity, which seems to come from nowhere, is often perceived as a divine blessing, a silent response from beyond. When angels approach, their presence manifests as a tranquility that soothes the heart and mind, dispelling any anxiety or worry. The Quran testifies to this phenomenon in several verses. For example, in Surah 48 verse 4, He is the one who sent tranquility into the hearts of believers. This verse shows how Allah, through the angels, breathes this peace into the hearts of believers, especially in times when one might expect inner turmoil. This feeling of tranquility is a divine gift, a comfort from Allah to soothe the souls of believers and strengthen their faith. This inner calm, which can seem supernatural, often occurs at times when you need support the most. For example, after a time of great trial, you may feel an inexplicable peace that allows you to maintain a clear vision and trust in Allah. It is often in these moments of vulnerability that you realize that an invisible help has acted within you, bringing a feeling of security and serenity. This is a sign of the presence of angels who, under the orders of Allah, come to comfort the hearts of believers. Sign 2. Increased mental and spiritual clarity. One of the telltale signs of the presence of angels is a suddenly increased mental and spiritual clarity. When they intervene in a believer's life, angels bring inner illumination that allows one to see things in a different light, make wiser decisions, and understand Allah's will with greater clarity. This feeling can manifest itself in moments when you are looking for answers to your questions or solutions to your problems, and when, without apparent effort, the path suddenly becomes more obvious. Sometimes you may be going through a period of confusion or uncertainty, but after sincere prayer or deep thought, an idea, solution, or flash of understanding may arise in your mind. This sudden revelation, which seems to come from within, is often a sign of divine intervention through angels, which guides believers towards light and truth. Kurt, the story of the Prophet Muhammad, is a perfect example of angelic guidance. When he was in the cave of Hira, the angel Jibril Gabriel appeared to bring him the first revelation, marking the beginning of the prophetic mission. This enabled the prophet to understand the divine mission entrusted to him and begin preaching Islam with unwavering certainty. The Quran evokes this divine guidance in Surah 16 verse 2, "And we have certainly sent angels." This verse highlights the role of angels in accompanying believers, guiding their hearts and minds toward truth and wisdom. They are a means by which Allah grants His servants a clearer and deeper understanding of their situation and role on earth. Angels facilitate the making of righteous decisions and enable believers to move towards choices that are in accordance with the will of Allah. Sign 3. Meaningful dreams. In Islam, dreams play an important role and are sometimes seen as means by which Allah guides and communicates with His servants. Angels play a vital role in these dreams, as they can be sent to convey divine messages or warnings. When significant dreams occur, it may be a sign that angels are visiting you, bringing you revelations or spiritual guidance. Dreams are often seen as a reflection of the soul, but in certain circumstances they take on a deeper meaning. Some dreams may be direct messages from Allah or warnings about future events. This is why it is essential for believers to pay attention to their dreams and seek to understand their spiritual meaning. Divine guidance through dreams can include visions of tranquility, answers to doubts, or reminders about the direction to take in life. The Prophet Muhammad made several references to dreams in his teachings, emphasizing their importance. A hadith from Aisha Ara reports that the Prophet said, "Good dreams are a small fragment of the prophecy." This hadith indicates that some dreams are a form of divine communication that precedes greater revelations or warnings. They can be interpreted as a form of blessing for believers, providing them with a clearer perspective on their spiritual lives. Dreams can also be a way for angels to guide believers in times of confusion or uncertainty. For example, a dream that inspires you to take positive action or avoid a bad action could be an intervention from angels to protect your soul. Sign 4. A change in your thoughts or heart. When angels visit you, it may manifest as a sudden change in your thoughts or the state of your heart. This spiritual phenomenon often occurs in subtle ways, but it is undeniable. You may feel a shift in your emotions, intentions, and behavior, as if a divine force is guiding you in a positive direction. Angels, as messengers of Allah, influence the hearts of believers, directing them away from evil thoughts and towards kindness, patience, and submission to the divine will. This shift in the mind and heart can occur after a difficult time when you suddenly feel soothed, comforted, or inspired to act in a positive way. Sometimes you may feel like your thoughts are clear and your intentions, although unanticipated, are leading you on the right path. In these moments, it is essential to pay attention to this inner change. It is a sign of the closeness of Allah and the presence of His angels. This kind of spiritual transformation may include thoughts of gratitude, a renewal of faith, or even a sudden desire to help others or strengthen your religious practices. The Quran evokes this inner tranquility and divine guidance in the following verse. Those who believe, their hearts are tranquilized by the remembrance of Allah. This verse highlights the spiritual impact of dhikr, a reminder of Allah on the heart, bringing inner peace and comfort in the face of trials. The angels, who assist believers in their quest for piety, reinforce this peace by directing the heart towards submission to Allah. These transformations are a sign that the angels are helping you get closer to Allah and are guiding you on a path of peace and tranquility. It is essential to recognize these divine signs and accept them as blessings, encouraging you to continue on the path of righteousness and faith. Angels play a fundamental role as protectors of believers. According to Islamic teachings, they are constantly sent by Allah to watch over Muslims, defend them against dangers, and accompany them on their spiritual journey. Their presence is often invisible, but their protection is palpable, sometimes in ways that are beyond our comprehension. There are times when you might feel an inexplicable protectiveness. For example, you might fail to avoid an accident, but a few seconds later you realize that you have escaped great danger. Or you are going through a period of intense difficulties, but against all odds, you come out unscathed, with an inner peace that helps you overcome the challenges. These experiences are clear signs of the spiritual protection of angels who watch over believers according to divine will. The Quran refers to this divine protection in these terms, because for each man there are angels who follow one another before him and behind him, who protect him by order of Allah. This verse highlights how angels are present in our lives, acting as invisible guardians, protecting us from that which could harm us. In addition to this physical protection, angels also act by protecting our faith. For example, they help us stay on the right path, avoid temptations, and strengthen our belief in Allah. They regularly remind us to turn to Allah in times of difficulty and to invoke His protection in our prayers. It is essential to recognize these signs of spiritual protection in our lives. For this, it is recommended to constantly invoke the help of Allah and seek His protection by regularly practicing Denegzer, reciting protective invocations such as Hayat al-Kursi, Surat 255, and the specific prayers recommended by the Prophet. These practices strengthen the bond with Allah and allow us to seek divine protection throughout the day. Sign 6. Physical or supernatural signs. Angels, in their role as messengers and protectors, can manifest themselves tangibly in the lives of believers. These manifestations, although subtle, are signs of their presence and interaction with the human world. Often these signs appear in the form of physical or supernatural phenomena, which cause unusual sensations or mysterious events. One of the most common signs is feeling cool or smelling pleasant. Some people report feeling a gentle breeze or sudden coolness, often accompanied by a fragrant smell, with no apparent explanation. This feeling may arise during prayer or moments of spiritual introspection. In Islam, these experiences are interpreted as signs of the presence of angels, sent by Allah to comfort and support believers. One of the most famous accounts in this regard is the story of the Prophet Muhammad, where angels appeared during crucial moments of his mission. For example, when the Prophet found himself in a difficult situation, angels appeared to encourage him or to help him in his trials. A well-known event is that of the night of Isra Miraj, where the Prophet was taken by angels to the heavens. This night is marked by supernatural signs, and the experience of the angelic presence is described as being full of light and divine grandeur. The hadiths also report that the presence of angels can be perceived in moments of prayer or invocation. The Prophet said, "When one of you prays, he stands before his Lord, and the angels look upon him." This shows that in the intimacy of prayer, believers can feel a deep spiritual connection with Allah and the angels, and even perceive tangible signs of their presence. Angels bring peace and divine inspiration to those who sincerely pray. These supernatural phenomena can sometimes defy human logic, but for believers, they are an affirmation of the spiritual reality that surrounds us. It is essential to remember that although these signs can be seen in a tangible way, faith and trust in Allah remains paramount. Physical and supernatural signs are reminders of the closeness of Allah and the importance of strengthening our spiritual connection with Him. For those who encounter these signs, it is crucial to welcome them with gratitude and always maintain firm faith in Allah. These signs, whether subtle or supernatural, are a way for Allah to remind us of His closeness, guidance, and mercy towards those He chooses. Every manifestation, whether it is inner peace, meaningful dreams, changes in the heart, or inexplicable protections, is a testimony of the deep bond between Allah and His faithful servants. However, it is essential to remember that these blessings, although evident in certain moments, should never make us forget the deeper reason for their existence, our relationship with Allah. We must keep in mind that it is by His will, mercy, and wisdom that these signs appear in our lives. We must remain humble and grateful, even when we do not always see the hand of Allah visibly. Everything we experience is an invitation to strengthen our faith and deepen our spiritual connection with Him. Dhikr. Regular prayer and sincerity in our actions are powerful ways to cultivate this divine closeness. These practices nourish our heart and attract the presence of angels around us. As we focus on the purity of our intentions and the sincerity of our worship, we become increasingly receptive to the invisible signs of divine guidance. So let us keep our hearts open, our faith strong, and our actions marked with gratitude, so that our lives are filled with blessings, peace, and the protection of the angels sent by Allah. May the peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you.